before they even take a second step forward. So the amount of space for the protesters to protest in kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Right, exactly. So they had a game plan going in and they tried to execute it. Now, some of those protesters were there to make their voices heard, to talk about Freddie Gray. Some of them weren't. You know, some of them were there simply to agitate, and some of those are the ones that wound up getting arrested tonight.
All right, some of the video you're looking at right now of some of the protests going on in action or at that point, rather, earlier tonight during the Orioles game. Now, there was some questions as to whether or not the O's and Red Sox were even going to play because the intent was, as they said, shut it down.
Right.
That did not happen.
What an interesting ask
for the marquee event to have their voices heard. Now, you were talking about the ballgame itself.
Interesting timing, too, because at the end of it, at the end of the game, there was a message on the video screen at the ball game telling all of the people who were at the Orioles game to stay in the park, even if the game was to end. Now, as it turns out, there was an error late in the game that
may have been a blessing in disguise.
Game winds up going to extra innings, so all the people had to stay in the park anyway. I mean, nobody leaves a baseball game going into the 10th inning.
Yeah, after that ball game, in fact, Buck Showalter, manager for the Orioles, said, quote, "This is just a game. It kind of pales in comparison to what's going on in our city." Not only in our city, that would actually be just outside your gate. Right. Some 30,000 there at the game that night, and Major League Baseball saying, stay put.
And it's something to put a smile on people's faces. At least the Orioles won the game tonight after all what's been really a rough day. What strikes me, again, is people want to make